420, 420 for 20 long years. I smoked lots of reefer, drank lots of beer. Every day at 420, we're going to settle the score. And for 20 long years, it's been 20 past 4.
Hello. Welcome to 420 Live. I'm still Jeff Kravitz, at least the last time I looked. Welcome to wrapping up the craziest year of all of our lives. We watched them split the proverbial atom to try to bring us back. Just when we thought they were out, they bring us back. If you've been wondering where I've been or where I've gone or what happened to me from my daily escapades on the 420 Live stage, I've been tooling around the world pretending that, COVID's over. Isn't that beautiful? You could think in your head that COVID's over, and it could be, or you could think that COVID's here and it could be. I'm confused. I'm still flip-flopping like a waffle. I don't think anything's really changed in my perception of what's going on out there. It's so crazy. I mean, every time I turn around, I'm like, oh, it's over. And I hear from my friends, and they're like, oh, we just got it. And we just got it. And it's still happening. But it seems that things are opening back up. California, I got back yesterday just in time. Today, they opened up restaurants to 25% and movie theaters to 25%. I don't know what that means. And what else? Gyms are open. I don't know what the percentage is there. I will not be in the gym anytime soon. But I've been on an incredible adventure the past 5 weeks. And I know most of you didn't even realize I was gone. But yes, I was away. And now I'm back, and we're in our 420, back to 420 West Coast time, back to the old time slot. Now that the hour has moved, I moved the show. I'm back. It's daylight out. Back in LA, 58 degrees. It's opposite of where I was. I was in Miami this past weekend. I'm going to start from the beginning of my adventure, where I ended up in Cozumel for 2 weeks diving, and I'm not even going to hold back. I'm going to show you the most incredible video that you're like, what is that? That's a spotted eagle ray. Everybody in Florida knows what those are. And it was spotted eagle ray season down there in Cozumel. And I saw an eagle ray a day while I was diving. I think there was only one day I went down and didn't see an eagle ray. And this thing's about 6 feet across, 7 feet across, probably. Beautiful, graceful. And we had an experience. I was down there with my friend Henry from Salty Endeavors and Ian Goldberg from summer camp and also from Salty Endeavors. And we were down there at 100 and some odd feet. And all of a sudden I saw that eagle ray come over the top, and I yelled. And believe it or not, when you yell underwater, people can hear you. And the guys will turn around and look, and I'm like, look at this sucker. And he came swimming right in. I was trying to alert the photographer so he could get the approach, but nobody's as fast as I am with the camera. But I'm not taking a camera under the sea. I am not down there. So, I don't mind having my picture taken. But that's me down there with some coral. You're not allowed to touch the coral. And here I am. I only have one hand sign down there, and this is groovy. So I don't know if any of you have ever scuba dived before, but it's incredibly freeing. Nobody can talk to you down there at 100 feet. You're just blowing bubbles. And my friends, Henry and Ian, have an amazing dive shop. If anybody's interested in diving, I've got your diving covered. Skincare, you can tell my color. I'm looking incredibly healthy today. I do not tan. I don't sit out there and try to tan or anything. But, on February 7th, I left Los Angeles. I've been threatening to leave for over a year to go down there and see Henry and dive, and I finally did it. And I had an incredible 2 weeks in Cozumel diving. I went down about 20 different times, and the fish started to know my name and started to run the other direction when they saw me coming. But it was amazingly liberating to be down there, and everybody was very safe in Cozumel. There were a lot of masks. I mean, everybody was masked up, and after 2 weeks in Cozumel hanging out, I did my show from Cozumel. That was the view from the one time I did my show in the past 5 weeks that I've been away, and that would be on Fat Tuesday when Ted Cruz was also across the way there in Cozumel. So I saw Ted. Yeah, I mean, Ted and I were hanging. We were eating we were smoking the what is it? La Bufalo Tavares. Do you know La Bufalo Tavares? Me neither. Don't scare the fish. Hi, Alana. How are you? I hope you guys are well. Yeah, I got my DBA shirt on today. I am repping. Hello, Jason. My buddy Zorn. Zorn, long time. This is probably the longest you haven't seen me up here. Hey, Chris. Yes. So down there, swim with the fishies. And they see you coming and then they run. They hide. They're like, fucking Kravitz is down here again. We are out of this. We are out of here. Where is my, let's see where my, what happened to my little pictures here. Yes. So it was incredible. Mexico, they have a different perception of what is going on in our world. And, it's not the same. It's not, I don't even know how to explain it, but in Cozumel, everybody was very safe. Every time you go somewhere, you're masked, everything's outdoors. And then I went to Tulum, and Tulum is kind of, I've been seeing people going to Tulum now over the past year, like these beautiful scenes, and everybody's in this beautiful water and on these white sand beaches. And yeah, it's all true. It's fucking beautiful. And down there in Tulum, people are living like it's 2019 or 2020. I was driving in the cab the first time down the street, and I'm like, nobody had masks on down the street, and I haven't seen that forever. And I'm like, okay, nobody's masked. And then I was like, first day went out, mask on everywhere you go. Second day, mask in the pocket. Third day, mask in the room. Because it's like, there's no mask. Everything's outside. Obviously they cured COVID down there with the tourist dollars. How does Riviera Maya compare to Cozumel? Well, they are definitely playing wild and loose in the Riviera Maya because they just don't care. It has to be cartel because the cartel's running everything. I mean, everywhere you go in Tulum, everybody greets you the same way. They're like, hey, you. I'm like, what? You got an itchy nose? I remember that from The Sting. I don't know if any of you saw The Sting. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You walk in the bathroom, the guy's like, and I'm like, all right, we know we're on the same thing. So obviously they're trying to sell you cocaine. So everybody was selling coke everywhere you go. Like the cartels running things. They're all doing the Tusi now. I don't know if you guys are hip to the Tusi, the pink cocaine. So you're talking to people and they got like a pink donut, sugared powdered donut on their nose, and you're like, Jesus. The pink cocaine, and no one will agree with me what's actually in the 2C. Some say it's 2CB. Like if you look online, the pink cocaine is 2CB. I really enjoy 2CB. But the pink cocaine is a combination of meth, coke, and heroin. I'm like, I don't like any of those things. So I stayed away from the pink cocaine and the white cocaine, and it's not really my flavor down there. But trust me, you're in the Riviera Maya. The cartel does just not stop at cocaine. There's everything down there. I was just like blown away by everybody out of their minds. And yeah, it's different. So the question is, how does Riviera Maya compare to Cozumel? Cozumel's much quieter. It's an island. They make about $40 million a month on the tourist industry there from the cruise ships. The cruise ships have stopped. So now a lot of the businesses that rely on the cruise ship are not doing well. A lot of things are closed. A lot of things are shut down. But people are still going there on the weekends. It's a little bit more crowded, but the island is beautiful. It's so nice, and the water is so amazing. The color of the ocean in the Riviera Maya. Do you want to see it? I have some pictures here. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Which one? Oh, there we go. Let me get the right picture here, so I can show you where I am. We'll start here. We will start here with the photos. Share. See, I haven't lost my touch here. I've not lost my touch. Application window, Chrome tab. Oh, maybe I did lose my touch. I lost my touch. I'm losing my religion. Search. StreamYard 420 might have it. Yeah, where are these pictures? Is this it? Oh, yeah, this is it. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Let me see if I can adjust this. The view, maybe not. Window. Okay, so, duh. How'd I do that? Here we go. I am losing my touch, folks. Beautiful sunsets. This is my friend Henry and his family. We're all out to dinner. That's his dad. We had a good time. That's the beginning of vacation. You can see the difference in my skin tone here. And look, here's little Coral and Hannah, Mariana, and Hank and Henry. That was a good crew. And out on the boat, here we are. Henry, I dragged him out in the middle of a rainstorm diving. Henry doesn't like to go diving on a good day because, you know, he can dive whenever he wants. Some of the scenery here in the Riviera Maya, absolutely beautiful. Breathtaking sunsets every day. I was just watching sunsets. And this is what I'm talking about. You're in the Caribbean. You're dealing with 5, 6 different shades of blue and green in the ocean. And it's so clear. And you go down, you drop down to about 100 feet. And you can see for 100 feet. So it was incredible. Such a beauty. Oh, look at that. I have to admit, I fudge a little bit. That's a little bit of fudging in Photoshop there. Well, not Photoshop, just in my levels. Here we are in Tulum. You can see the tourists are all white and pasty. That's the ruins up there on the hill. This is a cenote. You know what a cenote is? The freshwater underground caves that are all over Tulum. They're all over the Mexican Riviera, the Quintana Roo. It's just full. There's thousands of different cenotes, and they take up thousands of miles. They just discovered 400 miles of cenotes recently, and that's me inside the cenote. And you can see the stalagmites. I think the stalagmites come from the top. The other ones come from the bottom. All formed by dripping water through the soil. I'm like a science guy now. And here, beautiful. And, you know, I shot these on my cell phone. You could take your cell phone into the water if you have an 11 or a 12, which is absolutely incredible. And the only chair you'll be on for the rest of your life, a couple of you might have seen these on my wonderful my social media. That was on Twitter. And here I am with Ian and Juan and Henry. And Juan took the video you saw of the Eagle Ray, and Henry and Ian own Salty Endeavors and also own Mundo Maya beer. So I was down there enjoying their delicious, tasty seltzers and beers. Oh, now we're in St. John, but I'll save that. I'll save that for the St. John segment of the show, which we're going to roll right into. 2 weeks diving is probably the most relaxing thing you could do with all your diving. There's no nightlife. Everything was closed by midnight. Mexico will start a tourist travel tax April 1st. I better get down there. Better go back. I have dove cenotes. I've divin. I've divin cenotes. I've dove in cenotes in the past, and they were absolutely boring as hell. It's beautiful when you come up, but I like the wildlife. I like the coral. I like the reef. So I've done it in the past. It wasn't like I got to do it again, but I had some friends who went down. They went down into a sulfur cloud, like right above a sulfur cloud. It was about 100 feet down and hung out above the sulfur and stuff. So I didn't miss it. Oh, nice. Jared, you're down there. Chima, down there doing the thing under the water. So Riviera Maya, much more over the COVID than Cozumel. They are definitely going for a different approach, which is come on down, come party in Tulum. Like everything you see in Tulum, there it is. There's my diving partner. We saw Barbie in the cenote. That was the most exciting thing we saw. Oh yeah, you get rabies in the cenote from the bats. I tried to catch a bat in St. John. They're flying in and eating the bugs at night. They were really doing a great job too, keeping us mosquito friendly. There was bats everywhere, but I didn't see any bats in the cenotes we were in. I'm sure they're in some of the cenotes, but yeah, we were in the water floating along the cenotes. But yeah, Clayton and I we did the cenote dive together when we were down there seeing, what was that? Humphreys. It had to be like 2013, Halsey. We went down there going to see Humphreys do the Mayan holidays. Just the simple things, traveling, going to see music, all the things went back. I have to say, I saw a lot of music this trip. There were bands everywhere in Mexico, and they're really cool because they're all playing through the PA. You got the bass, the guitar, everybody's going through the singer, all going through the PA. I was like, where's the amps? You guys are killing it through the PA. So I won't do that myself, but I appreciate the fact that these guys are rocking in Cozumel and rocking all over Tulum. There's music, great music. Walked in to different little bars. I did a lot of firsts. I felt like I was 16 again because I was like, oh, this is going to be my first meal inside since, over the past 6 months, because I did eat inside this summer in New York, out on Long Island. Everybody has different rules, I just don't know. I have such a hard time wrapping myself around what's going on, especially after going to Tulum and seeing how they're living and looking at their numbers and looking at the amount of people that got sick and looking at the amount of people that died in Tulum. The numbers are very small. And it was the same thing in St. John. I think one person died on the entire island, but they just don't have the hospital space there if people get sick. So I understand. I get it. I am not a conspiracy theory guy. But I'm not. I'm a waffle. I'm a flip flopper. I kept getting angrier and angrier every day in Tulum because I would go out and I'd be like, we could have been living like this. We live in California. The weather's nice. There's a ton of stuff we could do outdoors. But the governor had a certain approach, completely different than the governor's approach in Florida. And I'm not saying what happened in Florida was right, but I don't think it was wrong either. I mean, we're starting to see the numbers come in from what's gone down over the past year. It's been a year. Congratulations. We all survived pandemic for a year. That was on Saturday. Tomorrow will be my 1-year anniversary here on 420 Live, coming to you in the slot and distracting everybody from what's going on. I'm flip-flopping on my show too, and how much, because I'm looking forward to things coming back, and it's time to put on the work cap and get to work. It's the sitting around and waiting for life to start. Life is starting. We had the Grammy Awards last night. Nobody watched them, but they were on. Ratings down 53% from last year. Celebrity culture's kind of done. I'm sorry. It's dead. Nobody gives a shit anymore about, what you're best at. At least the Grammys is all about music. So you have performances and stuff, but everything was pre-taped. I mean, they're forcing this entertainment, these bad entertainment, these award shows, and nobody cares about the Golden Globes, all this shit. Anyway, thank you, Dan. Happy anniversary to all of us. We all survived. I did not get COVID this trip, and I did travel quite a bit. You could say I was almost like, well, let's check it out. But thank you, Lisa. The 1-year anniversary. I got it. I'm right, but I'm also scared. Hiya there, Phaedra. TikTok's very much live. Well, I got to say, all my socials, watching Tulum, come in, everybody I know, there was somebody in Tulum almost every week of the pandemic on my feed. I'm like, wow, everybody's going to Tulum. And then there was somebody in Miami every week on my feed, someone going down to Miami to party. And Florida's a shit show. I mean, I could not believe what was going down on South Beach for spring break this year. It was unbelievable. I was down there with my friend Angus, and we were, I'm getting ahead of myself in the story here. Yes, Billy Strings. Congratulations to Billy Strings. Congratulations to Brittany Howard. Our people are out there. All of the people from our scene are coming out there and taking over the music. So at least we got some great music out there. So it was nice to see. In Tulum, I stayed at Casa Sophie, which is my friend Josh Raskin, his wonderful Airbnb down there. I want a shout out to the Raskins and everybody I stayed with. I stayed with my friend Henry. It was he didn't even realize he was going to be leaving Cozumel, but he's now living in what is it? It's right Puerto Morales, which is right outside of Cancun, and Puerto Morales, and blah. So I stayed with my friend the Raskins. That was amazing. And then I was in a condo for a couple of days in Tulum. The Raskins Beautiful, beautiful combination. They have an amazing 3-bedroom place. If any of you need it, let me know. I will connect you down there. It's right in town. And it's the first time I stayed in town in Tulum. And it was really, I liked it a lot because I kind of like the local feel because, man, they rape you at the beach. Everything you do there is super expensive. So it was nice. And I found some great stuff. You got used to it on the pandemic? I'm sure you did. Well, we're not going anywhere. We are still not leaving. Yes, the gig on the boat. All right. I'm going to skip to St. John now because I can't help it. But, you know, folks, let's face it. At some point, I think we're going to stop. All right. So once again, down to St. John with my friends from the Virgin Island Shakedown, Mike Fulker, his beautiful wife, Stephanie, and down there with Marcus Rezak and Mark Jordan. And wait, no, I just butchered his name. Oh, God. Such a good time. Hash, Todd Stoops. Everybody, Marcus and the boys, they killed it. Yeah, great gigs at Honeymoon Beach. Jason Hahn, Vinny Amico on drums from Mo. My friend Scotty Senft sat in on that Scarlet. And it was something. Mark Joseph, there it is. Sorry. Mark Joseph played bass. And then Hash got up there when we did Eyes of the World. We did Scarlet Eyes Not Fade Away. I was on a boat. There, you see, I did get it right. I was on a boat in the middle of Christmas Cove, playing guitar, and there were other boats all docked out around me. And I was stepping to the mic to sing, and would look at the people on the boats dancing and singing along with me. It's something I will never forget as long as I live. I was absolutely flabbergasted. And I think I have a better clip here from Chef Royalty. Let me see if I can pull it up. Share screen. Oh, yeah, this clip here. Oh, now I got to find it over here. Yeah, I just don't even know who I think I am anymore. Like, yeah, let me get that guitar. Let me play some songs. And the best was I didn't even tell the guys. I just went out there, started playing. They fell into it. I started playing Eyes. I could see Vinny tapping Scotty out on drums, saying, "I'll take the Eyes there." Scotty, Vinny, and Miko on drums. Hash running up. I know Eyes. Hash grabbed the bass from Mark. Mark Joseph picked up the tambourine, helped me out on vocals, and a solo guitar up there by myself with all those guys. I got more balls than brains, folks. So, yes. It's hard. Everybody's homebound, and I get it. They've gotten into our psyche where people don't feel like they want to get on a plane. But I got to tell you, last night from Miami, that plane was packed. I was masked up the whole time and just not really where you want to. It was too crazy. I did not make it down to, where was that? I did not make it down to Nomade, but I was in the neighborhood. There's a little Taco Sufimi area, which is right next door to Nomade, and it's cool and casual. It's like a hippie beach in the middle of all these expensive hotels. So that was kind of like where I was hanging down there on that end of the beach. That's all the way up or down. I can't even tell south from north when I'm on it, because you're on the Cozumel, you're facing Tulum, so everything's different. You know, you're watching the sunset over the ocean, and then when you go to Tulum, the sun's setting over the jungle. So it was totally confusing. Anyway, back down to St. John with the Virgin Islands St. John VI Virgin Islands Jam Fest at the Windmill Bar. Our friends Christy and Andy there at the Windmill did a fantastic job. We were playing inside the windmill. So the windmills are ruins from the 1600s of the old sugar plantation there on St. John. And it is absolutely phenomenal vibe up there. And those guys are doing a great job. They've only been open officially since November. It was a speakeasy before that. And they've been doing live music up there and dealing with all the regulations coming in from all the COVID patrol and everything else. St. John, they definitely are trying to keep a lid on, what's happening out there. So it's really good. Oh yeah. I didn't see it, but they were everywhere. And thank you, Rick Cinderbrand, back in the 4:20 p.m. Pacific time. The clock changed and I changed, and it's pretty much what happened last time. The clock changed. It got dark at 4 o'clock, and I'm like, I need to move the show up. So we're back into 4:20 p.m. Pacific time, PT. Pacific time, not Pacific Standard Time, PST. You got to get it right now if you're going to write your abbreviations. It's Pacific time. I don't know what's happening with my job or my old job with photography. It was nice to shoot down there in the where was I? Virgin Islands. It's amazing. The U.S. Virgin Islands. You're still in America, so you have to take your trip down there. You have to take a test before you get there, but then you're coming back, you don't need a test. And I need a test coming out of Mexico. So there you go, Marcus. Marcus is ready. They're ready for Kravitz and company. Everybody's like, all right, Kravitz, start up the band. I'm going to be kicking up the musicians. Now we're going into the next level. It's good. What is next on the list? I am happy. I'm incredibly relaxed. I'm incredibly tan. I came back, let's face it, the past year we've been in closed quarters with the people we love, and we're definitely rubbing each other the wrong way. So, when I went away, I thought it was going to be 3 weeks. It ended up being 5 because St. John got it added on while I was already away. So, and then I added some time on in Miami to check out that shit show, which we'll be talking about in a second. It's been an incredibly eye-opening experience, but I am totally relaxed and I'm totally happy to see the family, be back in the fold and with people I love and, see my wife, the kids, the dog. Everybody was kind of happy to see me, but they're like, put a mask on. You can't be in the house. So I've been hanging out in the garage. I was hanging out in the garage all day. I'm kind of in the back there. So it's nice to be back in the 420 slot. It's nice to be back in the States. It's nice to be back in my office. Not a lot has changed around here. We're not really doing much. I have my friend Kevin Mazur was at the Grammys last night. He did a great job. But let's face it, he's probably one of 2 photographers on the carpet. Everybody's coming walking right up to him and standing there and smiling and posing just for him. So I could probably teach my mom to shoot pictures at the Grammys this year. Here, Mom, just stand there. They're going to come right up to you. Just say, hi, Taylor. Click, 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 click. Okay, thank you. Next. Imagine a whole red carpet of the Grammys and you're the only one on there. Probably the same thing with the interview guy. Probably 4 different spots where people are interviewing. So thank you, Danielle. It's nice to be back. I will tell Jules. I saw Tanya and Angus down there in Miami. Angus is doing incredible work. I'm actually going to pull up his Instagram right now to show you what he's doing down there in Miami because this was kind of fascinating. He's like into the there it is. Angus. He's into capturing the vibe down there of what's happening in Miami on the with all the hoodlums, because down there, it's an element down there. I mean, it is something else. Let's see, share screen, application window, Chrome tab, one of these. There it is. So Angus.Thomas, you can see his .photo.com, and Angus is down there just working the scene. Oh, I haven't seen this. The pepper spray, booty boogie, and body slams. He's down there just getting the craziest. Well, these are very tame, Angus. Very tame. Here we go. Here comes the booty shaking. Here comes the smiles. This scene on South Beach. Can you believe this? Do you see a mask? I mean, everybody raging it up. Look, everybody's got a bottle in their hands. They're all smoking out. Let's see. Is this going to play? Come on. Come on, baby. There we go. So, like, if everybody doesn't come back from COVID from Miami, I mean, it was absolutely bonkers down there. And yeah, one of my favorite pictures, the girls twerking on top of the cars. For some reason, like, everybody has to twerk. And then everybody also is not covering up, like, the flesh hanging out. I mean, I'm worried when I got a little belly hanging out, and I should not be worried. I should be wearing a freaking G-string on that beach. Be like shaking it out. Be like Kravitz in the G-string. Anyway, check out my friend Angus's pictures. He did a great job down there in South Beach, and he's still down there covering it. It's not over yet. He's the Pineapple Crew. I mean, you know, tons of fun. Tons of fun down there in South Beach. Just hanging out with Angus and watching him interact and go, you know, he's just, hold on, I have a picture here somewhere. Let me see if I'll pull back up the gallery, share screen. It is, I think it's, I want to say it's this one. Yep, it was. And here we are in St. John. That's the beautiful view of St. John from, I believe that's from the hills. And yeah, a little, I was messing with the levels a little bit, but that's beauticious. I mean, look at the color. I mean, those are the colors. My friend Fletcher Kelly, FTK, expecting a Bambino coming up soon. This is the view from one of the overlooks. And this is the view from up in Upper Peters Bay, where my friend Scotty and Nairobi at their rental. It's one of the only places where you could see 7 white sand beaches. It was only $8 million. So I bought 2. And here we are in the kitchen with Chef Royalty. This is at the same rental. And Vinny Amico, this was Shimfra Diavolo night. They did a great job cooking and prepping. This is the view from the hills right here where I stayed for this trip. And it was absolutely smashing place. I highly recommend it if you're down there in St. John. The beaches in St. John. This is Trunk Bay. Beautiful. And there I am, me, and you know, I'm definitely not my heaviest I've been. I definitely kept the weight down every day with the bulletproof coffee and keep myself, you know, from overeating, you know. So I kept the weight down. I came back just where I left. Here I am with Angus. And I am definitely at least 10 shades darker than Angus here. So I'm definitely, and I don't really sit. I don't really sit out and tan. You know, this is just from walking around. And went to Versace Mansion and had dinner at my friend David Budana's Sushi by Boo. And it was absolutely incredible. He totally took care of us. Delicious omakase. And inside this house, it's hard to believe one guy lived inside this mansion. And he's got an observatory. We'll check that out. And the pool's fantastic. I mean, you feel like you're in Italy. They have an Italian restaurant there. Not the best Italian in Miami, but people like it. Johnny's. The scene's beautiful. I would just go there and eat some apps and have some wine and just relax and enjoy the vibe of Johnny's spot. But upstairs, David's doing the bomb sushi. So Sushi by Boo in Miami. And this was my last sunset in Miami right there, watching the sun go down on another adventure. And, you know, something happened while I was in Tulum, which was interesting too, was 2 guys were kissing on the beach and they got arrested. They got arrested for making out on the beach. My first Sunday in Tulum, I was down there with Ian, and we were at a hotel and just saw all this commotion. We didn't know what was going on. And a couple of ladies told us what was happening. But let's see. Here's the commotion. Let me share the commotion. Share screen. Ba-ba-da. Chrome tab. Nope, not Chrome tab. TV.
It's getting exciting. He's like, you guys, indecent exposure, drunk on the beach. They should arrest everybody.
Well, I'm was making fun at that point because I didn't know what was happening. But the ladies in front of us told us that they had gotten arrested for kissing on the beach, and then everybody around there started saying, "I'm gay," and then started kissing each other. You know, if they're gay, I'm gay too. And then everybody started kissing, and I was like, it would be a great concept for a music video shoot to do a song and two guys on the beach and they're kissing, and next thing you know, the cops try to arrest them, and then everybody starts making out on the whole beach. It wasn't quite as dramatic as that, but I didn't really know what was going on at the time. I didn't really post much about it. I shared it a little bit on my Facebook page, and then the guys ended up coming in and being up by us, right behind where we were sitting on the beach chairs, and they were so frightened. They were so shocked. Like you could really see how they got into their psyche. The one guy went to touch the other guy's like, "Don't touch me. Don't touch me." So it was absolutely incredible to think that in 2021, they were about to arrest two guys for kissing in Mexico on the beach. And, you know, it's not like there's a lot of gays there. I mean, they love Tulum. I mean, everybody loves Tulum. It's beautiful. They all go down there. You work out that fine. You're always in the gym. You mean you don't want to? You go down there. They're wearing little grape sack bathing suits. You know, the Speedos, the things that I used to wear on the swim team. But we really haven't worn Speedos in 40 years, I guess, since the swim team. So, thank you. I'm keeping it light, keeping it real. John, what's up there? Johnny Siva, how you doing? Hey, Nina. No. I have not got vaccinated yet, and I am waiting. Supposedly today, they're told us what we're allowed to get, and everybody's going to be open for vaccination. So I'm ready. I'm not afraid of the vaccination. The wife's been vaccinated. My daughter's got one shot in. Jules has one shot in. My mom, my brother, my sister-in-law. It's all happening. Everybody's getting vaccinated, and we're gonna do it. Kravitz and the G-strings. That's not bad. And then we all have to wear G-strings on stage. Me and Marcus. I'm talking about Speedos, and now I'm ready to wear a G-string. I'm really kicking up. So they're packed in this weekend. Everybody's out there in Ocean City, Maryland. But how warm is it? Was it warm enough? I love it. It's nice to be back. Welcome back. It's nice to see you crazy people here. Welcome back. I'm Jeff Kravitz, and I'm going to get vaccinated. I think I'm going to do the frontal lobotomy and the vaccine. Actually, the first thing I'm doing is the triple hernia operation on Friday. So I will not be here this Friday, as the doctor will be patching me back up. That's what happens when you start lifting kettlebells. I mean, if you're playing along, I was getting into the kettlebell training at the beginning of the year as my, my exercise, my new leaf. And that new leaf cost me a triple hernia. So there you go. Going in for 3 little incisions, some netting, get my shit in the right place. You're going to film it, DJ? I don't think so. You know what, Jim? Somebody had to go out there and see what the hell's going on and be like an investigative reporter and like see if you can get COVID. I mean, actually, if you look at it, if anybody would have got it, I was everywhere where it is. So I'm still not out of the woods. I just got back yesterday and was on a crowded plane. So Dan's got Pfizer number 1 and number 2. I'm hoping to get Johnson & Johnson 1 shot, and then I get right back on the road. So positive, keeping it positive. Keeping it real. I think that's what it's all about. Tomorrow is our 1-year anniversary broadcast. And then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to program this, how many times a week, because 5 times a week is a lot of work. One thing I realized when I was away and I did one show in 5 weeks was it was so relaxing. Not that this is hard. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Yeah, I'm yeesh. It was something else. All right, let me see if I have anything else I want to show you here. You saw the guys kissing on the beach. Oh yeah, well, this video. Let's see here. So my first night in this is when I kind of knew things were going on. Oh, schedule number 1. You're getting it 3:28 there, Rick. Then that would be number 2. I love it. All right, let's see. Share screen. All right. So the first night I was there down in St. John, the guys were playing in this little tiny bar. And they're all like, Kravitz, get up there. Kravitz. Shakedown started. I'm like, Marcus, get up there. He's like, you get up there. And I'm like, I'm not afraid. So I got up there and sat in on the shakedown. I don't know if this is going to share because it's on a thing, but I'm going to try it anyway. Isn't it great when you drop your pick right in the middle of the song? Like, close up on Kravitz. Go Fletcher. Yeah, come on. That's epic. It's epic. You're sitting there and they're like, pick up the guitar, go play Jared Warren, his band up there at the beach bar. And you're looking out and again, just looking out, playing, watching people jive. I mean, the beach bar was very strict on how they had people, but they're right next to the beach and the beach is full of people and you're looking out and everybody's dancing, enjoying the music. I love playing music. So I'm ready. I'm ready to put the band together. The beach bar. Ja, Rastafari. We were down there at the beach bar, and then we were up at the windmill. I did not play at the windmill, but the windmill was a very, very tight, crazy scene because they're all inside. But I did step in on some background vocals here and there, and had a blast. I mean, just amazing to travel, amazing to connect. And I know everybody's sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, but people are flying and people are moving. People are out. People are ready for this to be over. I sure hope this isn't the beginning of a third wave. And here I am like, hey, get out there. And it's like, no, everybody's going to die. But, let's face it, this isn't as deadly. I know 500,000 people are dead out of 330 million people. My heart, I have a lot of friends affected by this. So it's nothing I take lightly. But at the same time, there seems to be so many different schools of thought on the whole thing that it's unnerving. You're like, okay, Ron DeSantis is either going to be the most stupid governor in the world or the most intelligent. And, I'd really like to see the real numbers on what's going on and what happened. But obviously everybody's sitting on them and not sharing them. So, we don't really understand what's going on. It's going to be years before we wrap our heads around what's happened. So I think ultimately we have to take care of ourselves. I've always said this, and you have to make sure that you're comfortable with where you are and what you're doing and where you are in the space. So, yeah, DJ, I know you've probably been making out with homeless people as usual. As usual, I know you have a thing for people with. I'm so politically incorrect right now, all the way across the board. But yes, you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of each other. That's what this is all about. You know, we're figuring out a new way, and hopefully we're coming out this summer and there's going to be music. I know this spring they're all getting back to it. The Goose, the Umps, the Disco Biscuits, everybody's Twiddle. All the bands are going to be out there and doing their thing. Yeah, old habits are hard to break, but in the beginning it was pretty easy to break when everything was shut down, right? Everybody was like, oh shit, what's happening? We're all going to die. And now it's like, okay, let's see what's happened. Let's see. Let's get out there. So everybody's getting vaccinated. We'll see how that works out. We're all going to turn into zombies. That's going to be the next thing. I'm coming for you. I'm going to eat all your brains. I just want you to know I'm coming for every one of you. I'm going to eat your brains. Maybe that'll make me a little bit smarter. Anyway, amazing to be back here, 420 Live with my friends back in the 4:20 p.m. Pacific time slot. It is tomorrow. We got a show. Have a couple people going to stop by and say hi to us. I'm still developing it, working on it. You figured I'd been working on this the whole 5 weeks I was away, but I was like, let's go to the beach. Let's go diving. There's so many other things to do. It was nice to be able to get away. I know everybody's looking forward to getting out and exploring the world themselves. Everybody's moving is one thing I saw. I have a ton of friends from New York that are now in Florida. I have a ton of friends from California that have moved in and out and around different neighborhoods. People are on the move. People are changing their lives, looking for new jobs. I'm also looking for a new job. So if you're looking, I'm open to any field, not really in the medical field, but hell, I'll try it. I'm good with knives. If anybody needs Jeff Kravitz, I'm right here at 420 Live. You'll be able to find me. I'm hard to miss. We have come to outlive our brains. I really feel like it. The less you use of your brain these days, probably the better off you are, because overthinking this is probably the reason where we are now. Anyway, everybody, nice to be back. I'm glad I'm in one piece. I'll know in a couple days whether I got infected, but I definitely got infected by the travel bug. And I definitely want to get out there and see as much as I can and get out there. And, as far as pop culture, as far as celebrity culture, these things are moments in the past. We are moving on as a people, as a nation, to the next level. So I'm really looking forward to coming out the other side where the important things are important. I hope that's where we're focusing now. It's nice to have a president in there that's taking care of business. As you know, I've not spent any time today talking about politics. It was never my wheelhouse. The only reason I got in that wheelhouse was because of the travesty I was seeing in front of me and not being able to turn my eyes to a bunch of bullshit. I'm just glad we're in boring, capable hands right now, so I don't have to be worried to get all excited every day. And all this cry to get Rumpy back on Twitter. I mean, come on. Take the pulse. Take the nation's pulse. Our heart's beating. We're going to get back on course, and we're all going to do it together. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there. Big hug. The biggest hug. I hope I don't infect you with my common sense. We're going to get through this. I said that a year ago, and we came here on the 16th of March a year ago, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but things have really progressed. It's unbelievable what's happened over the past year, and it's something I think the world needed, was this cosmic cleansing, but at the same time, I could have done without it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We will see you back here tomorrow for our 1 year anniversary party. 420 Live, 1 year old. Tune in.